Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook, Villain, From Scorpion Dragon to the Strongest Dragon Emperor. Chapter 71. Tier 8. At this moment, Su Lai's finally promoted to the realm of the Demon Veteran, and entered the ranks of the real top powerhouse. In this era when the Great Sage is not easy to come out of. The realm of the Venerable. It is the top layer of the pyramid in the sky. As for the Great Emperor, it only exists in the legend. The sky has been there for tens of thousands of years, and there has never been such an existence. It can be said, this step of the 8th Order realm is another world. And Su Lai's breakthrough at this moment is not a simple breakthrough, but directly from the first entry into the realm of the nobleman, breaking through to the realm of the 5th step of the nobleman. No way. Su Lai's suppression of this road, the accumulation of one body, is too deep. This time, he has cultivated the Fen Tian Ju, this emperor-proof technique, and at the same time refines the 9th fire. The foundation of the cultivation is terribly solid. So, what made him today? Once he breaks through, he will rise to 2 small realms one after another. Today I, in the realm of the Venerable, are also an absolute powerhouse. If I fight for a few levels, it is difficult to lose. Su Lai whispered. Unparalleled belief broke out. Even if the 3 giants of Dan's sacred land are here, I don't necessarily have to be afraid. The realm of the Venerable is different from other realms. At the beginning of practice, the first few realms are nothing more than the basic realm, like the monster clan that Su Lai is in. Many monster beasts with high bloodlines have a strong cultivation base as soon as they are born. So, there is nothing to mention about the 4th and 5th stages of the initial cultivation. Until the 6th level, you can be the emperor in a small country. Tier 7 can be a generation clan class, scholar. Regardless of whether it is Tier 6 or Tier 7, in the monster clan, it is nothing more than the small realms of the early, middle, and late stages. But Tier 8 is different. The reason why the 8th Order realm is different from all realms is because it has no so-called early and mid stage, and there is another unique realm distinction. This unique realm difference is the 9 transformations into the holy. Well known. The saint can move his hands and feet, contains endless power, the mountains and the ground are cracked, and the space is shattered. Even, the existence of saints can open up a secret space for people to live in from the void space. This is the mark of being a saint. Those so-called holy places, overlords, and already top-notch royal families rely on these backgrounds to surpass all forces. Take the power of space as an example. If, starting from the 6th rank, whether the human race or the monster beast race, they can already mobilize a large amount of the spiritual energy of the outside world and stay in the void for a short time. Then the 7th Order cultivation base can truly touch the power of space, and stay in the void without the help of external forces. Have the qualifications to open a sect. As for the 8th Order, it is to thoroughly master and use the power of space. When they reach this state, basically, the state can't restrain them. More, it is to look at one's own blood, techniques, and even chances. The so-called 9 turned holy. It is such a division specifically used to measure the gap between the Venerable and the Holy One. After all, in the Sky Realm, all the nobles, their lifelong pursuits, are all impacting towards this realm. 9 turns refers to the condensing of the realm of the Venerable. Whether it is a human race or a monster beast race, when it comes to the realm of the Venerable, there is actually no difference at all. And as a Venerable, they will start to compress their cultivation base, and continue to compress it. After 9 turns, the cultivation base will undergo a qualitative change. Then hit the realm of those saints. Now, as soon as Su Lai breaks through, he will directly reach the 5th level of the Venerable. One can imagine how strong his accumulation is. After thoroughly refining the 9th fire, 3000 starry sky dragon flame. Su Lai's purpose of killing the Dan domain this time was also completely accomplished. To be more precise, it should be regarded as a huge harvest, beyond imagination. Ha ha. Staring at a ray of silver fire in his palm, Su Lai had a faint smile in his eyes. Then I saw him whisper in a low voice. The 9th fire, in this star field, the endless years of dust, it's time to be born. In a crash, the entire star territory secret realm is like confirming Su Lai's words, bursting out infinite starlight. Next moment, the entire secret space is also crazy and shaken. Outside world. The old man of Dan's sacred land one did not leave, but guarded outside the star field, a ray of spirits always paying attention to the vision in the star field. Therefore, the vision inspired by Su Lai was discovered by him for the first time. See this scene. I saw a joy in his heart. Guy, is it finally coming out? At this moment, his heart moved. I just don't know, has he successfully refined the 3,000 starry sky dragon flames? However, this thought arose just after him. Roar! A familiar voice of dragon chants headed straight into the star field. Such Long Yin is undoubtedly familiar to him, the elder of the great Presbyterian house. Successful. That's the 9th-ranked Daohuo on the Daohuo list. Rao is the elder of the other party as the Grand Elder's house, but at this moment, seeing that Su Lai is actually refining 3,000 starry sky dragon flames, his heart is dripping blood. After all, they spent nearly 100 years in the entire Great Elder's house, but for the 3,000 starry sky Longyan. However, in the end, this 9th fire made others cheaper. The most important thing is that the other party still uses the fierce move of killing the Dan domain, and strongly oppresses them, so they have to bow their heads and let them refine. Such a gap, even the elders of the big elder's house still can't calm down. After a long time, the old man of Danyi Holy Land finally sighed slightly. Your Excellency really has an astonishing 3,000 starry sky dragon in your hands, and the old man is convinced. Compared to the old man in Danyi Holy Land, the attitude of the Scorpion Dragon clan is extremely obvious, and it is both pros and cons of Su Lai. Success. Congratulations, King Lai, thoroughly refined the 9th fire. As for the 2 great sages of the true Phoenix clan, although they are not weak in raising Qigong, no one can remain indifferent in the face of such a god. Fortunately, Su Lai is their optimistic person, otherwise they would all be tempted to snatch. Twilight. The 2 venerables of the Zhenwang clan felt an increasingly terrifying aura on Su Lai's body. Suddenly he said, "Little friend Su has broken through the 8th level." Born in the true Phoenix clan, to be able to become the realm of the venerable, they naturally do not have a simple person. Quickly suppressing their own emotions, Su Lai bowed his hand. Congratulations, little friend, for coming to the realm of the Lord. This breakthrough, with the strength of the little friend, will surely be even more soaring. Obviously, the 2 venerables of the true Phoenix clan, even if they were blind, could still see the potential of Su Lai. The 7th Order King, the 8th Order Venerable. They couldn't imagine how terrifying it was to break through the 8th rank now. However, they knew better than anyone else, behind Su Lai, there stood the entire dragon group, the 9 kings of the monster world. He has strength, background, and ambition. Such existence. Whoever moves him must think twice. Thinking of this, the 2 great sages of the Zhenwang clan were also secretly grateful in their hearts. Fortunately, Su Lai had a gap with the Gulong clan. Otherwise, this kind of Gulong clan is attached, and they are also very troublesome. Immediately, a strange thought appeared in their hearts. If it is, the Gulong clan will meet Su Lai again in the future, I don't know if they will regret today's decision. FK with the Scorpion Dragon clan, and this kid. Perhaps, in the future, they may become their Gulong clan, the worst decision. There is no doubt that Su Lai broke through the 8th step and set foot in the realm of the Venerable. The happiest thing is the 4 kings of the Dragon clan. As the new king of the Scorpion Dragon clan, although Su Lai possesses a combat power comparable to that of the Venerable realm, but in the end, he did not see a breakthrough. Now, Su Lai breaks through, and they are also completely relieved. Congratulations in the face of everyone. Su Lai didn't say much, just said indifferently. It's been so long. It's also time to break through the 8th rank, otherwise, wouldn't it seem too useless? With such words, the clouds are light and windy. It seemed to be just telling a fact. Of course, this so-called fact was only for him. Falling in the ears of a kind of Dragon clan leader, and Feng Shan'er and others. It is tantamount to a thunder. The 7-tier cultivation base of these few of them was so explosive that they couldn't speak. Tier 8. For them, it is already an unattainable peak, and they must also look up when they meet. But in Su Lai's eyes, if you don't break through, it's just a feint, too useless. At this moment, they are all speechless for these 7th-tier cultivation bases. Everyone smiled bitterly in their hearts. Perhaps, this is the real evildoer. Can't compare. I think that when Feng Shan'er first met Su Lai, the latter was just an ordinary mountain king. Occupy one side of the natural dangers and become the king. Now this is how long. Su Lai at this time is also able to lead the power of a clan to kill the famous Danyi Holy Land and defeat it. Suppress the opponent and have to let it take the fire. Such changes. Feng Shan'er couldn't help being dazzled for a while, just like a dream. Compared to Feng Shan'er, the two venerables of the Zhenwang clan really looked at Su Lai more and more in their hearts. After this battle, whether it is the sacred places of all parties in Zhongzhou, or those hidden powers, maybe they have to give in front of the little friends. Although it is a compliment, what they said is also true. In today's Danyu battle, the power that Su Lai exploded is absolutely terrifying. Enough for all the sages to weigh a few points. Not to mention, Su Lai also took this general trend to refine the ninth fire in one fell swoop, break through the eighth step, and enter the realm of the nobleman. Hear such words. With a move in Su Lai's heart, he became more aware of the kindness that the two venerables of the Zhenwang clan had released to him. In the plot in the book, because of the relationship of the primordial Void Dragon clan, the true Phoenix clan naturally stands on the opposite side of the protagonist Xiao Fan, so that they are almost reduced to villains. Now that they are so kind to me, is this the tacit understanding between the villain and the villain? Friends out of nothing. Su Lai smiled secretly in her heart, and immediately discarded such thoughts. Then the front of the conversation turned around. Everyone, speaking of it, this time it's just a waste of your trip. Su Fan was thwarted by me, and the bone wings of the ancient Golden Phoenix, as well as the remaining Golden Phoenix essence and blood, have also dissipated into dregs. Su Lai hasn't forgotten the reason why he could borrow the sword of the true Phoenix family. The big reason is the relics of the ancient Golden Phoenix. And now, however, Su Lai directly threw Xiao Fan's bones into ashes, and even the whole body was not left behind. Naturally, it would be impossible to welcome back the relics of the ancient Golden Phoenix. In contrast, the two venerables of the true Phoenix clan, along the way, did not fail to fight for him. From the very beginning, the Dragon clan stood up for him. And then accompany him to kill Dan Yu. It can't be said to be hard work, but at least it gave him enough face. Therefore, naturally, Su Lai couldn't even say a word. Smell this. The two great veterans of the Zhenwang clan laughed. It's okay, compared to the ancient Jinwei, our trip is not small. The implication refers to the internal secrets of the ancient Dragon clan torn apart. The news. For their true Phoenix clan, it was a great thing. It's not hard to imagine. When they brought this news back to the true Phoenix clan, it would cause much shock. By comparison, the relics of the ancient Golden Phoenix are not that important anymore. It can be said, with the secrets of the Taishu ancient Dragon clan, as the harvest of this trip, the two of them also have the confidence to go back to the Zhenwang clan. But, the two venerables of the true Phoenix clan don't care, but Su Lai can't really say nothing. Today, thank you both. Su Lai smiled, frankly and publicly. If you two will be sent in the future, you can come to the Dragon clan to find me. Obviously, Su Lai's words are no less than a promise of a favor. To know, with his Su Lai's weight to this day, a favor, the weight is not small. As predicted, as soon as Su Lai said this, everyone in the court was shocked. They didn't expect Su Lai to offer such a condition. Although there is still a big gap between the exhausted Dragon clan and the true Phoenix clan. But Su Lai himself, for the two venerables of the true Phoenix clan, the right to speak is completely different, and even at certain specific moments, it is likely to have unexpected effects. For example, will Su Lai break through Tier 9 in the future? So, this favor will be more valuable. With the potential that Su Lai has shown today, and the foundation that has been established. No one of the two venerables of the Zhenwang clan would be naive enough to think that it would be an obstacle to Su Lai. Okay, both of me, I really didn't misunderstand Su Xiaoyu. The two great sages of the Zhenwang clan smiled heartily. Although Su Xiaoyu is not very old, he has an appetite for the old man. If it weren't for your Scorpion Dragon clan, you have a thin ancient dragon bloodline, and you were born to belong to the ancient Dragon clan. The old man really wants to invite you to the Dragon clan and join my true Phoenix clan. Obviously, the two venerables of the true Phoenix clan also knew well. The identity of Su Lai is there. Even if their status in the true Phoenix clan is not low, it is impossible to contribute to this matter. I thought that Sulai had offended the ancient dragon clan, and the future of the exhausted dragon clan might be about to enter a suppressed state. Whoever thought? Turning his head, the real picture family showed a completely different idea. For a moment, everyone in the Exilong tribe was speechless. However, the shock in their hearts is not over yet. Sulai's next words completely shocked them beyond words. The kindness of the two, Su has accepted it. However, in the future, my dragon clan will not vassalize any overlord. Give me time, no need to vassalize the overlord, I will lead the scorpion dragon to become the overlord. Such words, Sulai spoke very calmly. However, at this moment, the mood in Sulai's words is flying, but it is difficult to hide, and it is full of domineering. As soon as this is said, everyone in the scorpion dragon tribe was startled for a moment, and then in agitated mood. I just feel the blood in my heart boiling instantly. Feng Shan'er, who was standing not far from Sulai, heard Sulai's bold words, and there was also a shock in her beautiful eyes. Obviously, she had never expected Sulai to have such ambitions. However, although she was shocked in her heart, she did not have any doubts. In her opinion, Sulai's excellence was enough to be worthy of this ambition. Unconsciously, Sulai has grown from the original Mountain King to a real hero. On the other hand, look at the two venerables of the Junwang clan. Sulai's words were so blunt that they were also slightly surprised. After a long time, finally, he said, if someone else says this, the old man will definitely think he is crazy. But little friend, old man believes. Even they had to admit that this time Sulai killed Danny Holy Land and convinced him. If they are in the same situation, it is difficult to do better. There is potential, strength, ambition, city government, and calculation. They can't think of Sulai, who has so many advantages. Besides success, why should he fail? In contrast, lead the Scorpion Dragon clan to become an overlord. What is it? Obviously, Sulai still doesn't care about everyone's reaction. After chatting for a while, Sulai said lightly again, it's the matter here, and it's time to go back. Indeed, I have waited long enough for this trip, and I also have to return to the Wei clan. Regarding this, Honuo, the two venerables of the Juntu clan also nodded. See you next time, with my little friend's potential, maybe it's me too, and I can only look forward to it. The two laughed at Sulai. Immediately, the surrounding space was distorted, and the figures of the two disappeared slowly. Same. Feng Shan'er's faint soft voice also passed down the void, and then hovered into Sulai's ears. See you next time, I will definitely catch up with you. Not hard to hear. In Feng Shan'er's words, apart from a trace of firmness, there was also the kind of affection between men and women. Catch up with you. This is clearly another way of expressing one's heart. It seems, it is not only the hero who is saddened by the beauty level, but also the beauties are saddened by the heroic level. What's more, Sulai is not a hero. It's a hero. The villain girl's favorite type is Umi Yoroku. Sulai smiled faintly, and took everyone from the Scorpion Dragon tribe, and then headed out of the Pill domain. Okay, we should go too. Next moment, all the members of the Dragon clan, Sulai took the lead, soaring into the sky, Hongfei Ming Ming. So far, the battle to kill the Danyu is completely over. Compared to Sulai's safe departure, on the side of the Heavenly Demon Palace, its end was a bit miserable. After all, between the Dragon race and the Heavenly Demon Palace, it is obvious that the latter attracts more firepower. From the perspective of Danyi Holy Land, there in any case, it is impossible to let the people of the Heavenly Demon Palace detain the souls of so many Elder Pavilions, as well as the souls of several pavilions and others in the Grand Elders. To know, no matter how the soul body is, it can survive. And being detained by the Temple of Heavenly Demon, then there is no way to survive, and at the same time, Danyi Holy Land's face can be greatly embarrassed. In the past, in the outside world, many alchemists were slaughtered by the Heavenly Demon Temple and detained their souls. Today, it is in their Dan realm. If in their own territory, the three giants of Dan Xuanzi still let the Heavenly Demon Temple be so reckless, then they don't need to be this Holy Land giant. Besides, Danyi Holy Land is originally the Holy Land of alchemists. As long as the soul bodies of those old men are still there, there is no chance to resurrect them in the future. So, for whatever reason, it is impossible for them to let the three elders of the Heavenly Demon Palace leave. But that's not what Su Lai cares about. Since he left, regarding the outcome of the battle between Danyi Holy Land and the Heavenly Demon Palace in the Pil region, it is not known. But in any case, this time, the enmity between the Heavenly Demon Palace, especially the three elders, and Danyi Sacred Land has become big. Even if in the end, the Heavenly Demon Palace was forced to compromise and surrender those soul bodies, the grievances between the two of them have also been difficult to resolve. So it turned out, it has gone beyond Su Lai, the initiator, unexpectedly. Encounter with one side of the Holy Land, especially the two forces that had a lot of friction between them. 393. Have to say, this is a great irony. The dragon clan who had killed the Pil domain retreated all over, but as a spearman, the Heavenly Demon Palace was left in the Pil domain. Encountering an evildoer like Su Lai, it can be considered that the palace of the demon has fallen blood mold. Finally, Heavenly Demon Palace and Danyi Holy Land, the two sides broke out in a shocking battle. Aftermath of battle, it even spread to the first city of Pil region, which is very terrifying. This battle, in the end, the three giants of Danyi Holy Land were seriously injured, and all the elders of the Heavenly Demon Palace fell. Danyi Holy Land defended his own dignity. The trip to the Temple of Heavenly Demon was annihilation of the entire army and became a useless knife discarded by Su Lai. The name of the scorpion dragon Su Lai resounded thoroughly in the land of Zhongzhou. The 7th-ranked king, after becoming the new king of the Scorpion Dragon clan, he brought the power of the Scorpion Dragon clan to kill the Pil domain and staged an unprecedented splendid battle. Such a tyrannical move is enough to be planted in the annals of Zhongzhou's history. Many people even doubt whether Su Lai pretends to be a pig and eats a tiger. He can lower his cultivation base and hide it in the 7th Order realm. It's just a pity. Such an idea was broken by an old man in Danyi Holy Land. According to his own words, the new king of the dragon race took the 9th fire in the star field and successfully refined it. Like a Qianlong flying into the sky, breaking through the realm of the 8th-ranked venerable on the ground. The rumor came out. All forces in Zhongzhou were shocked. Kill the Pil domain and take away the 9th fire. Such an act can be said to cover the sky with one hand. The various forces in Zhongzhou trembled. This is the new Dragon King. It's too strong, right? No doubt. Su Lai's move spread throughout the eastern wilderness, causing many powerful beings to drift in their hearts. Not to mention, after the first battle of the Danyu, Danyi Holy Land Agif allowed it to walk the 9th fire in the Holy Land. This move caused endless speculation. Countless people are shaken by Su Lai's feat. Perhaps, the 9 kings of the monster beast realm are about to usher in the next era. So thought. In the hearts of all forces on the land of Zhongzhou, they are spontaneously filled with emotions. On this day, Zhongzhou is shaking. For the outside world, Su Lai wouldn't care about it. As a traverser, this other way is basically not killing people, or shocking the world. I have long been used to this kind of worldwide attention. After the Danyu first battle, Su Lai did not delay, and quickly returned to the Dragon Clan, Lai Palace. After confirming that Xiao Yaoshan has been staying in the exhausted Dragon Clan, Su Lai retired again. For this situation, the pupils of the 4 Dragon Kings shrank slightly. Combined with the Battle of the Danyu, they obviously thought of something. King Lai is going to retreat this time. I am afraid it is to refine those few drops of the king's essence and blood of the Taishu ancient Dragon Clan. Think about this. The 4 Dragon Kings were shocked, but they were very wise and didn't say much. I think of Su Lai's words before. There is no need to subordinate the overlord. He will lead the Scorpion Dragon to become the overlord. The heart of the 4 Dragon Kings is throbbing. They knew very well that Su Lai now has a lot of background, and what's worse now is just some flaws in his blood. The original Su Lai's Scorpion Dragon bloodline was different from them. There is a part of the ancient dragon bloodline. Now that he has the blood of the king of the Taishu ancient dragon clan, it is enough to make his bloodline go further. Order to go down. No one can disturb King Lai's retreat. Lai Palace, Su Lai's training room. Seeing the 5 drops of golden blood exuding noble air in his hand, Su Lai's mouth raised a strange arc. The blood of the king of the Taishu ancient dragon clan. Next moment, a surging silver fire, extending from Su Lai's body, fell into the golden blood drop. The entire training room seemed to be shocked. The ninth fire 3000 starry sky dragon flame. Burning heaven Jew. Run at the same time. Stars of light emerged from the 5 drops of golden blood, faintly, forming a pattern of the primordial void dragon. Looking up to the sky, roaring, fierce and unparalleled. But then, the power of that bloodline slowly poured into Su Lai's body, making Su Lai's whole body shocked. This moment, time seems to have lost its meaning right now, and it feels like 10,000 years in an instant. I do not know how long it has been. The power of the blood on the 5 golden blood drops gradually disappeared. At the same time, Su Lai's body had some breath of void air, which gave Su Lai a fierce and mysterious aura. Afterwards, the air disappeared, and the mystery in Su Lai's body gradually disappeared. It's still a little bit. Burning is Su Lai's refining and absorbing ability. In addition, the 3000 starry sky dragon flames of the fire of the ancient dragon have been obtained, but the blood of the exhausted dragon clan has not been completely returned to the blood of the ancient dragon. It's a pity, there are not many royal blood of the Taishu ancient dragon clan. Su Lai slowly got up, shaking his head and sighing. After all, the bloodline of the scorpion dragon clan, after all, only has the thin ancient dragon bloodline. Even if the royal blood of the ancient dragon clan is obtained, the essential difference is still not to be ignored. But anyway, my current ancient dragon bloodline already occupies half of it. Su Lai secretly said in his heart. In fact, I am quite satisfied with the results. As long as the plan is planned, such a killer copper is enough for me to do a lot of things. At this time, Su Lai has already begun to figure out the next chances that are about to be born. He remembers clearly. Not long after, there was a huge opportunity about Taishu Dragon Girl. The plot, it flickered rapidly in Su Lai's mind, and the situation now contrasted. Dragon Phoenix Pill of Good Fortune. Su Lai's eyes condensed suddenly, and he muttered to himself softly. In the book, Taishu Dragon Girl and the protagonist Manfin are very close partners, although the warmth between each other has not been broken. But the relationship between them is self-evident. See you. Because of Xiao Fan's death this time, Taishu Dragon Girl almost went violently and collapsed. Inside, if nothing happens, I'm afraid the other party doesn't believe it himself. That's why, Taishu Dragon Girl has a lot of plot scenes, which can be regarded as an extremely important springboard for the protagonist Xiao Fan. Its own strength and influence. Among Xiao Fan's confidants, they are the childhood sweethearts second only to the Emperor. No doubt, in those plot scenes, Taishu Dragon Girl also has a lot of luck. Obviously, Su Lai's current bloodline of half scorpion dragon and half ancient dragon can completely apply her luck template to enhance Su Lai's own bloodline. And that dragon encirclement origin good fortune pill is an opportunity that is about to be born recently. Although Xiao Fan is dead today, but I have to admit that as the protagonist and the son of luck, Xiao Fan's fortune was extremely terrifying. In the book, the protagonist Xiao Fan swallows the 9th fire, causing the cultivation base to jump several times. Naturally won't stand still. As a child of luck, there are endless opportunities, even if there is nothing to jump off the cliff, you can control a good fortune. Therefore, in the original plot, after Xiao Fan refined the 9th fire, the large and small opportunities he encountered were completely unclear. But, take Su Lai's cultivation base and status today. It can be said that the resources of the entire dragon clan are firmly held in his hands. Su Lai does not care about many precious opportunities for the protagonist Xiao Fan. But, there is an opportunity for good luck, even if it is Su Lai now, it will be shocked. That is the Dragon Origin Pill. As the name suggests, the more advanced the pill, the better its name can be revealed. And this Dragon Encirclement Original Good Fortune Pill. It is the existence that can truly be ranked above the 9th rank. This Dan, existing only in the ancient books of the Gulong and Junwang families, it is a legendary treasure. Throughout the entire sky, it has only appeared a few times. Now this time, in their monster world, in an ancient ruin. According to the timeline, now that the distance and opening, the protagonist Xiao Fan has this opportunity, there is still not a short time. To this, Su Lai naturally couldn't wait until then who to act. After all, Su Lai, who has refined the blood of the king of the ancient dragon clan, has half the blood of the ancient dragon, and obviously inherited its ability to travel through the void. With this advantage, Su Lai naturally wanted to enter the ancient ruins in advance. Ha ha, now that I have inherited the talents and supernatural powers of the ancient dragon clan, there are some things you can get. Talk and laugh. Su Lai made up his mind. With his current bloodline, he wants to completely return to the ancestors and become the top bloodline of the ancient dragon family. It is obviously not enough to refine the bloodline of the king of Taishu dragon girl. Even if Su Lai takes all his blood, and refines it all, still can't change the flaws of the Scorpion Dragon clan. After all, even with this step, Su Lai can only be regarded as a blood exchange at best. The origin of the Scorpion Dragon is still the dragon. Perhaps, at that time, Su Lai's body, the Scorpion Dragon beast, could be infinitely close to the form of the ancient dragon clan. But the Scorpion Dragon is the exhausted dragon after all, and the origin cannot be reversed. Only Longwei's original good fortune pill. As a 9th-rank celestial medicine, it possesses real good fortune. This is Su Lai's only opportunity. And the biggest limitation of this pill is that it can only be absorbed and refined by the blood of the ancient dragon clan or the blood of the real Phoenix clan. This is undoubtedly giving Su Lai the real capital against the sky. Once stepped past, it is Yu Longmen, from now on pushing open a bloodline door, and from then on, the sea and the sky are brighter. Therefore, in any case, this opportunity, Su Lai will have to get it with strength. Afterwards, Su Lai sorted his thoughts and got up and walked out of the training room. Walking out of the Lai Palace, Su Lai stood with his hand in his hand, and the entire Scorpio domain, the endless frontier, pounced straight into the eyes. King Lai, the dragon clan leader, Capricorn rushed behind Su Lai the first time. Your friend got into a fight with several leaders in the clan. Obviously, Capricorn was a bit undecided for a while, so he chose to report to Su Lai. Little Yaoshan. Su Lai's expression moved, and he motioned Capricorn to continue. Although Su Lai had threatened Xiao Fan with Xiao Yaoshan's body before, but that was obviously a lie to the latter. In the previous battle to kill the Danyu, Xiao Yaoshan did not follow Su Lai, but choose to practice in Scorpio. That's it. After you came back, King Zilli, that young lady Yaoshan seemed to be crazy and wanted to find you. Capricorn said solemnly. The 4 kings learned that you were in retreat, so let them not be disturbed. But, as soon as she heard that Xiao Fan died at the hands of King Lai, she was completely out of control. Although Capricorn speaks extremely tactfully, but Su Lai was not uncomfortable, and Xiao Yaoshan probably had already unlocked the seal of the heavenly poison body, and was mad. For this situation, Su Lai is not surprised. It can even be said that it had been anticipated. After all, Xiao Fan, as the protagonist of Fu Chai Lu, the strength of the women around him is amazing. Say it unceremoniously, the protagonist of Xiao Fan's template is actually a template for eating soft rice in disguise. What is the saint of the emperor, the ancient dragon queen, the poisonous body, the snake girl servant, the gentle overlord, the retired fiancé, the enchanting housekeeper who is in charge of the auction house, etc. Too much. And for the consequences of beheading Xiao Fan, Su Lai knows naturally, but since he dared to cut, he was not afraid of the flood afterwards. Not to mention Xiao Yaoshan, what about Taishu Dragon Girl, he almost killed the other party. If it weren't for the intervention of the great sage of the last Gulong clan, Su Lai must not be afraid of destroying flowers. Go. Thinking of this, Su Lai also waved his hand and didn't say much. Go straight to the location where little Yaoshan is. As predicted, as soon as Su Lai arrived here, Xiao Yaoshan at this moment had already fought against several Scorpion Dragon leaders. I saw it outside his own Liwang Palace. Xiao Yaoshan dressed in a white shadow, standing indifferently, her grey purple eyes, with a cold killing intent. I'll say it again. Call Su Lai over to see me, otherwise, I don't mind turning your Scorpio domain into a poisonous market. Smell this. The expressions of the leader of the dragon also changed suddenly. Naturally, they knew the name of the celestial poison body. This frighteningly weird physique also broke out in Zhongzhou that year. At that time, it can be said to have caused a huge disaster. According to reports, at the beginning, the celestial poison body broke the seal, and when it broke out, within 1,000 miles, his vitality was ruined. Although they are born with poisonous beasts, they are not afraid of ordinary and highly poisonous animals. However, the suicidal poison pellets like sky poison body exploded, but they were enough to destroy the world, beyond their tolerance. And the most important thing is that Xiao Yaoshan came with Su Lai. Regarding their identity, they dare not act rashly. We have already said that King Lai is in retreat and will not accept any interruption. If Miss Xiao Yaoshan wants to find him, she can wait a few days. Why make it difficult for me to wait? In that case. By now, Xiao Yaoshan's patience had obviously been exhausted. A bitter killing intent emerged spontaneously. Then it's no wonder that I am obsessed with it. The voice falls. An extremely tyrannical aura also broke out from Xiao Yaoshan's body. See it. Su Lai's eyes were also slightly squinted. Late, her strength has increased so much. It's almost approaching the level of the Venerable. Since this time, little Yaoshan has always stayed in the Scorpio domain to practice. This is a paradise for poisonous beasts. Naturally, it is also an excellent place for little Yaoshan to practice. Heavenly poison body. People with this kind of physique basically have no fetters in their cultivation. You only need to keep taking poison to keep getting stronger. The stronger the toxicity, the faster the strength will increase. The Scorpio domain, as the clan land of the monsters and beasts, one of the 9 great royal clans, can be imagined what a holy ground for cultivation to the celestial poison body. Sky poison body, open it. Xiao Yaoshan hummed a mysterious handprint. Some kind of seal in the body is about to be torn immediately. And at this moment, a calm voice suddenly sounded in the field. Are you looking for me? In a crash, Su Lai's faint voice also interrupted Xiao Yaoshan's opening of the seal instantly. But then, Xiao Yaoshan's powerful aura suddenly exploded towards Su Lai. As everyone knows, at this moment, Su Lai had already broken the shackles and set foot in the realm of the 8th-ranked Venerable. And it is the 5th turn of the Venerable. In the end, Xiao Yaoshan's chi machine slammed in front of Su Lai, and it was nothing but a gust of wind, which made Su Lai's hair soar. No further progress. In the next moment, Xiao Yaoshan and Su Lai face each other, and electricity is generated in the void. Xiao Fan was killed by you. It is not difficult to hear that Xiao Yaoshan's voice is full of anger. I can't kill. Facing Xiao Yaoshan's question, Su Lai shook his head and asked lightly. I heard Su Lai's disguised acknowledgement. Xiao Yaoshan's hair was soft and long, and there was no wind in an instant. His figure flashed, and the cold voice seemed to come from under the 9 nethers. Why kill him? Suddenly, the endless poisonous cloud phantom behind Xiao Yaoshan suddenly set off terror in the sky. Even though she is a woman, she has a gentle and peaceful appearance, but she was also the leader of the sect in power. At this moment, she did not hide her murderous intentions. However, for Xiao Yaoshan's murderous intent, Su Lai just smiled, did not make any evasive actions, just shook his head slowly. Do you need a reason to kill him? The voice falls. I saw Su Lai's deep eyes, silver firelight emerged. The 9th fire, 3,000 starry sky dragon flames, turned into a starry sky big hand, tearing the poisonous cloud. A slap was slapped fiercely on Xiao Yaoshan's face. Boom! Crisp applause suddenly sounded. At this moment, Xiao Yaoshan's pretty face that could be broken by a bomb seemed to have a flushed palm print. Are you awake? Su Lai looked cold and vomited at the corners of his mouth. Do you want me to slap again? You was surprised by Su Lai's cold words. Xiao Yaoshan's angry eyes finally recovered a trace of sanity. Now, a trace of blood flowed out from the corner of his mouth, and it looked like that, but there was still an unbelievable color. Hiss. At this moment, everyone of the Scorpion Dragon tribe, including the few Scorpion Dragon leaders, all of them looked at each other, like hell. Seeing that Su Lai actually slapped Xiao Yaoshan directly, as onlookers, they all took a breath. Good guys. The fierce king himself is really a straight man of steel, and he is so cruel. Hey, such a beautiful beauty, or a rare physique such as the heavenly poison body, that King Lai can even fight. What is this? The previous prince and daughter of the Taishu ancient dragon clan, wouldn't King Lai also kill him? I am afraid that only King Lai can do such a thing. Obviously, it is not the first time that Su Lai has done something like this in front of them. Last time in Danyu, the prince and daughter of the Taishu Gulong clan was almost slaughtered. Ignoring everyone's discussions, Su Lai quietly looked at Xiaoshan, the latter at this moment, with that stubborn appearance, matched with the bloodshot eyes of the painful corner. There is rather an unyielding ambition. However, at this moment, Su Lai's face was expressionless. Just now Xiao Yaoshan shot like that, making it clear that he wanted to take his life. In this case, Su Lai will naturally not regard the other person as a woman. It's the enemy. The same enemy as Taishu Dragon Girl. In the face of the enemy, Su Lai will naturally not be soft-hearted, even if the opponent is no matter how I see it. After all, in the face of her own life and infinite future, what is a beauty? P.S. Naha, the handsome guys in the comment area. This is what you want me to write. I wrote it, but I dropped the subscription. That means you are not righteous. Godo asks for life, asks for complete order, asks for customization. Are you awake? Su Lai's calm eyes glanced at Xiao Yaoshan faintly. There seemed to be thousands of stars twinkling in the eyes. Others don't know, but he knows very well that the woman in front of him is not a weak woman with no opinion. The opposite of, she sees it, she is definitely a cruel master. So Su Lai is not worried at all. What will happen to her with this slap, just as he said. Just make the other person a little more awake. Recognize reality. Breathe. Although Xiao Yaoshan's eyes were full of bone-killing intent. But obviously, at this moment, she has recovered a bit of sanity. I saw him staring at Su Lai, taking a deep breath frantically, trying to suppress the killing intent in his heart. Regarding this, Su Lai remained calm. No joy, no sadness. For the little medicine fairy in front of him, Su Lai didn't feel much ashamed. If he doesn't kill Man Fan, Xiao Fan will come to kill him. Obviously, the existence of Xiao Yishan will not be a reason for him to give up killing Xiao Fan. And this time, the little Yaoshan who calmed down finally said, "Why do you have to kill Xiao Fan?" But even so, April 17, Xiao Yaoshan's pupils were still unable to conceal the killing intent, which was accurately captured by Su Lai. Seeing this, Su Lai smiled faintly. What? Want to avenge Xiao Fan? Although he was in a dangerous situation, Xiao Yaoshan's answer was still calm. If there is a chance, I will for sure. Su Lai had expected this a long time ago, and was not surprised. His face calmly said. It seems that Xiao Fan is not so important to you. Undoubtedly, in the eyes of a group of scorpion dragons. Xiao Yaoshan seemed a little bit ignorant of what he said. Miss Xiao Yaoshan, I'll wait until you are a friend of King Lai, so I can keep a lot of hands with you. Don't you really think that? How many of us can't catch you talking? The Capricorn behind Su Lai also coldly snorted. Speaking of deep grudges, you might as well ask Xiao Fan, but what kind of grudges do you have with my dragon clan? This time when the Lai King killed the Pill Domain, he had nothing to do with that Manfan, but he appeared to be troublesome. Finally, the hatred is in the hands of King Lai, no wonder anyone being such a powerful enemy by Capricorn. Xiao Yaoshan was taken aback for a moment, and then he was surprised, and said, "You mean?" Xiao Fan's hand moved first. Now, Capricorn smiled coldly, and said unceremoniously, if he hadn't jumped out to die by himself, who knows which cat and dog Xiao Fan is? Rather than questioning King Lai, why do you want to kill Xiao Fan? It's not to ask that Xiao Fan, what kind of grievances my dragon clan has with him, so many things to do so. Xiao Yaoshan was asked such a rhetorical question. Her face was slightly embarrassed. Judging from the other party's words, there was one thing she believed. He doesn't know if Su Lai and Xiao Fan have any grudges. Whatever, there is indeed an enmity with the Scorpion Dragon clan, because her Sky Poison body, if you want to control the poison pill, you need to use the 7th Order Sky Poison Scorpion Dragon Demon Core. Start from this point. With Xiao Fan's character, he would indeed take the initiative at all costs. What happened after that, Xiao Yaoshan is not difficult to guess. Thought of this, Xiao Yaoshan's mood is also quite complicated. During this period of time, Xiao Yaoshan can be said to have adapted to the cultivation land of Scorpio Domain. After all, her heart does not like to fight. The celestial poison body is placed in the outside world. It is the existence that the individual fears. On the contrary, this Scorpio Domain is really suitable for her. And Su Lai was pretty good to her. There was nothing to embarrass her. To some extent, If there is no such thing as the death of Man Fan, she doesn't mind making friends with Su Lai. But unfortunately, all this is no longer possible. After regaining his calm, Xiao Yaoshan seemed to laugh at himself. Now that you have broken through the 8th level, I can't kill you. And with your personality, I'm afraid I will never let my celestial poison body grow. Become a hidden danger for you. As he said, Xiao Yaoshan's killing intent was no longer concealed, and he rushed straight into the sky. Immediately, under the killing intent, the ultimate seal of the heavenly poisonous body on his body seemed to be unlocked in the next instant. Have to say, the rumors of the sky poison body were so terrifying that everyone in the dragon race was slightly chilled. So much. Everyone looked at Xiao Yaoshan, then at Su Lai. Endless doubts and frights flashed in their hearts. This woman, shouldn't it be that she wants to unlock the seal of the heavenly poison body? She wants to die together. Feeling the determination and killing intent on Xiao Yaoshan's face, Su Lai didn't realize it. Instead, he burst out laughing. To this, Xiao Yaoshan also had a cold face. Her beautiful eyes were as cold as ice, and she looked at Su Lai. Are you laughing at my own strength? Shaking his head, Su Lai finally said, I'm laughing at you. Even if I want to avenge Xiao Fan, it's not your turn. Why make such a decisive appearance? Smell this. Xiao Yaoshan couldn't help having a pretty face, but after all he calmed down slowly. Concentrate and calm down your emotions. What do you mean? In front of Su Lai, she didn't dare to be careless, and was deeply afraid that her relaxation would lead to Su Lai's thunder. To know, a character like Su Lai will never be soft-hearted just because he is a woman. As everyone knows, all Xiao Yaoshan's thoughts are meaningless in Su Lai's eyes. He only smiled faintly. What is the relationship between you and Xiao Fan? It is true that Xiao Fan died in my hands, but what is the relationship with you? Even if it's revenge, he still has that childhood sweetheart from the Saint of the Emperor clan. Why do you bother yourself with mediocrity? You. Hearing Su Lai's words, Xiao Yaoshan realized that Su Lai was laughing at his nosy. However, she doesn't wait for her to refute. Seeing that Su Lai had stopped saying, I can give you a chance to catch up with me and let you avenge Xiao Fan. But the prerequisite is a fair fight, not a dead end, and the end of everything you play. Obviously, Xiao Yaoshan's revenge is completely meaningless to Su Lai today. Whether it is cultivation base or own capital, it is basically impossible for Xiao Yaoshan to catch up with Su Lai. The reason why he gave Xiao Yao such a chance is because in Su Lai, in Xiao Yaoshan's body, there is always a feeling of wanting to keep it, not to kill. It may be of great use to him in the future. This feeling. It is not very strong, but since it can make him rise, this feeling, it is enough for Su Lai to treat seriously. The higher your cultivation base, the more you feel for this kind of traction in the dark. You won't kill me. Hearing that, the killing intent on Xiao Yaoshan's body was quietly grabbed. Give me a chance to revenge. Su Lai didn't say much about Xiao Yaoshan's incredible belief. Today's business ends here. The indifferent words are full of strength and conceit. Undoubtedly, compared to Xiao Yaoshan's problem, Su Lai's gaze now has been placed higher and farther. Compared with Long Wei's original good fortune pill, avenging Xiao Fan's bit of trouble, what is it? How can it be worth Su Lai's heartbreak? Talking, he turned and left and ordered to go down. Capricorn, go and invite me the other 4 kings, I have something to say. The voice falls. Own Scorpion Dragon Commander will quickly convey Su Lai's order to the remaining 4 kings of the Dragon Clan. And the little medicine fairy on the other side. Seeing Su Lai's back go away, he finally sighed slightly. This guy is really overbearing. But I have to admit it. Su Lai's bearing was far more terrifying than she had imagined. Certainly, this scene, don't say it is Xiao Yaoshan, even Su Lai's leader of Dragon Exhaust is full of shock. Looking at Su Lai's back, the color of reverence is even more prosperous. They thought that their fierce king was a straight bronze man of steel, but now it seems that they are the king. In a few words, it was this way that resolved all attacks on a woman. Moreover, this woman is still a celestial poison body that is good enough to make them all headaches. Obviously, for Su Lai, Xiao Yaoshan's incident was just an episode. Not long time. Scorpion Dragon Family, 5 Kings Palace. After receiving the letter from the leader of the Scorpion Dragon, the remaining 4 kings of the Dragon Clan did not delay half. then came to the meeting room of the Five Kings Hall and met with Su Lai. Generally speaking, most of the time, after returning to the Scorpion Dragon clan, they would not govern. Therefore, as before, all major events were handled by the 7 Scorpion Dragon tribe leaders. But this time, it's about Su Lai's personal call. Even Su Lai took the initiative to speak. Obviously this matter is too important. The leader of the Xilong clan obviously does not have that qualification. Come participate in the discussion. King Lai. Seeing Su Lai, who was seated in the first place, the 4 Dragon Kings involuntarily bowed, and took the initiative to bow to Su Lai, who was sitting on the upper right side. Although on the face of it, they are the same as Su Lai, and they are both kings of the Dragon clan. But only they know, after the Battle of Danyu, Su Lai has the ability to lead them to a stronger Dragon clan. So, for Su Lai, the new king of the Dragon clan, they admired it from the bottom of their hearts. Faintly, they already regarded him as the head of the kings. Obviously, I haven't seen you during the retreat in Su Lai. The 4 kings of the Scorpion Dragon clan, from Su Lai, the sense of oppression felt more and more terrifying. Even if Su Lai just sat there lightly, it seems that there is no mountain and no water, but in fact, it is like a real dragon in the salt. Once shot, it can stir up anime. Even if they face Su Lai, they have a sense of being back. This kind of threat is something that the 4 kings of the Dragon clan have never felt before in other venerables. But from one point, they were able to conclude that Su Lai's retreat was probably a great harvest. Otherwise, it is never so. Obviously their cultivation base, like Su Lai, is in the realm of the 8th rank. But by the way, the sense of oppression that Su Lai gave them is much more terrifying. And for this change, they knew it well. Immediately he said with emotion in his heart, "It deserves to be the bloodline of the king of the primordial Zulong clan." For this kind of situation, the eyes of the 4 kings of the Scorpion Dragon clan were fiery. There is no jealousy, there is just endless excitement. Because they know very well that with their blood and aptitude, being able to cultivate to the 8th step is already the limit. Even if it is the bloodline of the ancient dragon royal family of the Taishu dragon girl, let them refine. They can't change much. But Su Lai is different. He is more capable than anyone else, leading the Scorpion Dragon to the top. Dan Holy Land is the best example. Trance. They also seemed to remember the words that Su Lai had said before. There is no need to vassalize the overlord. Give him time, and he will lead the Dragon clan to become a poor. Perhaps in this life, the words of King Lai are not false words. The 4 kings of the Scorpion Dragon clan couldn't help but think. Su Lai sees the changes in the eyes of the 4 kings. But on the surface of him, there was nothing unusual. He just smiled and said, "4 kings, sit down, I invite you to come today, but there is something that needs to be announced." King Lai, but said it's okay. Your decision, in principle, we will support it. Dongji Dragon King opened his mouth and smiled. The words are very gentle, and it is like a spring breeze, without the arrogance of the powerful princes. Have to say, even the 4 kings of the Scorpion Dragon clan didn't realize it. Unknowingly, Su Lai's weight in his heart. It has reached the point of unconditional support. No way. It is Su Lai's performance since this time, it is too enchanting. Even the existence of Danyi Holy Land was calculated to death, and he was allowed to come and go. With such a record, the 4 Dragon Kings naturally trusted unconditionally. I want to go to the Beast Battlefield to explore an ancient ruin. But before that, you still have to ask the 4 kings for their opinions first. Do you have any questions? Su Lai smiled and said, "To reach the step of the Venerable, there are no other people who are extremely deep in the City of Mind. Su Lai's trip is to find the ancient relics in advance, the Dragon and Phoenix Origin Fortune Pill, which requires a lot of manpower. And the Beast Battlefield is so big that many monster beast races survive. Among them are the existence of the 9 royal families. At that time, it was naturally impossible to hide from the 4 Dragon Kings. Not to mention, Su Lai never intended to hide it. Explore the ancient ruins." Hearing this, especially from the mouth of Su Lai, the 4 Dragon Kings suddenly changed their expressions and their eyes flickered. What chance did King Lai get? Under normal circumstances, it is impossible for the ancient ruins to be open to the outside world, unless it is its own sealing power, when it is about to die, will manifest before the world. Now, Su Lai bluntly wants to find an ancient ruin, which means that he must know the whereabouts of an ancient ruin. Think about this. The four dragon kings all couldn't help their hearts shake. Look at each other. In each other's eyes, there are incredible colors. Ancient ruins. As the name suggests, it is naturally something that has been passed down since ancient times. Just imagine, something that can be left over from ancient times, and can survive the changes over the years. Will it be Fanpin? Not to mention, if you can support an ancient relic, then as the owner of the relic, you will certainly not be an ordinary person. At least, in this realm of the 8th Order Venerable, it is not worthy to create an ancient relic. No one. The 8th Order Venerables can only call it Dongfu, because it has traces to follow. Only the saint has the ability to build space. In order to create a relic of one party, it can be sealed in the endless space and not easily manifested in front of people. So, Su Lai said at this moment that the ancient ruins he wants to explore must have been a saint before his life. These two words alone, they know how attractive it is behind it. Even, they had participated in the struggle for ancient relics, and they naturally knew how brutal and cruel the struggle was. For a while, the four dragon kings were all moved, and endless surprises and excitement flashed across their faces. Ancient ruins. Unexpectedly, in your hands, King Lai, you have grasped the whereabouts of an ancient ruin. If my dragon clan can have this ancient ruin alone, then... All kinds of thoughts quickly passed through the minds of the four dragon kings. Suddenly, the breathing of the four people suddenly became hurried. Immediately they made a decision. Such an opportunity, if you don't catch it, you will be condemned by heaven. King Lai. Among the four kings, the Northern Dragon King was the most excited and waved his hand excitedly, saying, "You are really the lucky star of my Snail Dragon clan. Not only did you lead the Scorpion Dragon clan to kill Danyi Holy Land, but now you have just returned, and there is good news such as ancient ruins, which is delivered to the door. I'll just say, follow in the footsteps of your King Lai, my dragon clan will rise and soar into the sky." But the other three dragon kings are not as free as the North Dragon King. What they said about Su Lai. Indispensable, but according to King Lai's orders, we have no objection. Immediately, the four dragon kings all nodded. As for the danger, they have never taken it to heart. Who can get to this point, who can't go through countless battles? They dared to fight with one of those fierce competitions, let alone this moment. Very good. Su Lai smiled slightly and said, "Since everyone agrees, then this matter is finalized." Talking, Su Lai's gaze swept across the four dragon kings in the field, and said softly, "As for one request, that is, everything, respect me." Hear the words. The four dragon kings were taken aback for a moment, but soon they reacted again. From Su Lai's words, they are not hard to hear. All this respects him. Not only is this exploration of ancient ruins, but it will also mean that from now on, the entire dragon family. Same everything, respect him. To this, the four dragon kings looked at each other, without any hesitation, nodded and said, "Even if you don't say King Lai, I will respect you later." As soon as Su Lai returned to the Scorpion Dragon clan, before they had grown up, they were already faintly led by Su Lai, not to mention this time. To some extent, it is also a good thing for the Dragon clan to have Su Lai, a leader who is strong, kingly and domineering. After all, Su Lai's potential lies there. In the future, it is only a matter of time to take charge of the entire Scorpion Dragon clan. Wait until then to surrender, it is better to admit now. Not to mention, at this time, Su Lai's strength surpassed them in all aspects. Su Lai heard this. Now he is also satisfied with a smile, and it seems that he is still suitable to be a villain. Like the protagonist template, if you want to integrate the forces, a lot of people will jump out and sing the opposite in the first place, and then a face slap, pretending to be a force, and shocking the crowd. And he is good. As soon as I spoke, everyone around me agreed. But no matter what, for this Su Lai, it is also a kind of recognition and awe, a soldier who can succumb to others without fighting. This also requires strength. And this time, the surrender of the four dragon kings undoubtedly made Su Lai's influence in the dragon clan to a higher level. Integrate the dragon clan, respect me. This is Su Lai's thoughts from the moment he returned to the Scorpion Dragon clan. No matter how strong a person is, he is an individual after all. In many general trends in the future, even the protagonist Xiao Fan needs to integrate forces to use it. And Su Lai already has a ready-made Monster King. He naturally let it go without any reason. Although the power that fell into the poison cave is also under Su Lai, their strength is undoubtedly a bit weak. When he had just crossed over, Su Lai could not be cultivated to the 7th rank, occupying the poison hole of the gods, and becoming the overlord of one party. It was okay, and the Blood Ape could also help with many things. But now, Su Lai has broken through the 8th level and achieved the realm of the Venerable. The whole deity is poisonous, although it is also considered to be a not weak force, but Su Lai is obviously not enough for it. So, Su Lai also wanted to take this opportunity of the ancient ruins to completely integrate the Scorpion Dragon clan for his use. If, in the past, Su Lai controlled the entire dragon clan, and the 4 dragon kings followed Su Lai because of that agreement. So now, the control of the 4 dragon kings over Su Lai really brought a bit of willingness. Because of all this, it is based on the strength of Su Lai and the grace of ancient ruins. Have to say, this method is the simplest, but it is also the most effective. Beast Battlefield. This is an existence with a territory of millions of miles, which is more than that of the Scorpio domain. In the monster world, most racial forces will encircle the territory and occupy the habitat of the race, and they are also quite distinct from each other. Basically, although there are frictions among the major races, they are still peaceful. But this beast battlefield is the only exception. Just like its name, the beast battlefield, beast battles continue, and here, it is not divided by race. It is ruled by the strongest among the various ethnic forces. So, it also means chaos, absolute chaos. Countless powerful monster races have established the most brutal rules here. Here, there are no restrictions, and some are just a law, the dark jungle law of the monsters and beasts. In other words, that is, the weak eat the strong respects the strong. But, Su Lai and his party, who came out of the Scorpio domain, have entered the beast battle domain for half a month. But there is no monster beast dare to appear in front of them. After all, the Scorpion Dragon is one of the 9 royal families in the monster world. As the royal family of the monster beast realm, just feel that kind of aura from a distance, those big monsters dare not come. Because, in the blood of the monster beast, he was born with a class fear of the upper blood. At this moment, the 4 dragon kings are standing on top of a mountain. And within their sight range, there are endless mountains. It is obvious that they are still looking for the ancient ruins mentioned by Su Lai. 4 kings, the dragons I am waiting for are all scattered. But, still did not find the weak point of the space mentioned by King Lai. Capricorn and other Scorpion Dragon leaders, behind the 4 kings of the Scorpion Dragon clan, said in a deep voice. To this, the 4 dragon kings nodded without saying much. The reason why they came to this beast battlefield on this trip was because of Su Lai's order. In order, it is the ancient ruins in Su Lai's mouth. There are only some words that are obviously not suitable for everyone. Therefore, even the leaders of the Scorpion Dragon clan do not know the purpose of this trip. Continue searching. The 4 dragon kings clearly knew that the ancient ruins involved the space secrets constructed by the saints. In those countless years, I wanted to find the ruins. The only way, it is to search for weak spots in the space, and only there can it be able to sense the traces of the seal of the saints to construct the space. Obviously, they are not gaining much at the moment. But the 4 of them are not anxious, but have enough patience. Also, try not to make too much movement. After all, this place is not far from the other 9 kings. Clear, the leaders of the Scorpion Dragons nodded in a deep voice. Now, in the entire monster beast world, the most popular person is undoubtedly their dragon clan. No way. Who told Su Lai to kill the Danyu in the recent period of time? Even the entire dragon clan brushed his face severely. But, sometimes although this reputation is loud, it also has its drawbacks. It's like now, the names of Su Lai and the dragon clan have been pushed to the forefront of the storm, and any of their actions will get the attention of the entire Zhongzhou. Undoubtedly, no one wants their own power to become the second pill domain. But this time, the Scorpion Dragon clan has been so low-key that it doesn't want to attract too much attention. Not to mention, there are many monster beast royal families in the beast battlefield. Once they find the spatial traces of the ancient ruins, all kinds of troubles are always indispensable. No matter when, the remains of an ancient saint, for all forces, all have irresistible attraction! Exclamation mark. Just after all the scorpion dragon leaders dispersed and left, the 4 dragon kings, with a sense of feeling, looked at the void not far away. King Lai. In the next moment, the void beside them swayed slightly. A familiar figure has quietly appeared in the field, with an inexplicable domineering temperament in the mystery. Besides Su Lai, who else? Void teleport. The pupils of the 4 dragon kings shrank, a little unbelievable. It is clear, such a scene in front of them made them very shocked. Able to be in the dragon clan to this day, and to cultivate to the 8th order venerable realm, the eyesight of the 4 dragon kings is not bad. With their minds, it is also gradually recalled. This is definitely not the realm of the venerable, the spatial ability that can be controlled. Have to admit, like Su Lai's teleportation ability displayed at this moment, even if he has reached the state of the nobleman, he has completed the 9th rank of the pinnacle. I am afraid it is a little difficult to do. In their impression, those who can do this are probably only those saints. As well as relying on the spatial talent and the control of the power of the space, the Taishu ancient dragon clan reached a terrifying state. Rumored, the Taishu ancient dragon clan, relying on the ability to control space, has a special talent for exploring all heaven and earth spiritual things. Combining the bloodline of the ancient dragon king refined by Su Lai not long ago, it is not difficult for them to guess some clues. Because of this, in their hearts, a sense of awe involuntarily rose to Su Lai. It seems that the retreat before King Lai is extraordinary. Even the space talent of the ancient dragon clan has it. As you can imagine, how pure is the ancient dragon bloodline in Su Lai's body. King Lai is even more terrifying. So thought instantly appeared in the hearts of the 4 dragon kings. Looking at the figure that quietly appeared in front of you, one by one looked like a ghost. And at the moment, as soon as Su Lai appeared, he said directly, "Order to go down, so that they don't look for it." For this arrangement, the 4 dragon kings couldn't help but stunned, and said, "Don't look for it." What's the situation? Fortunately, Su Lai's next words dispelled their doubts. "I have found the ruins in the void with the void." I heard Su Lai say like this. The ecstasy on the faces of the 4 dragon kings is self-evident. Su Lai and the 4 dragon kings suddenly frowned at the same time. In their feelings, there were a few tyrannical auras that suddenly appeared in their line of sight. The kind of energy released was just like the light of fire in the dark. Extremely obvious. Therefore, Su Lai and the 4 dragon kings were instantly aware of. This aura is from the dragon and bear clan. The northern dragon king said solemnly. The Dongji dragon king on the side also said, "King Lai, we still have things on our trip, do you want to avoid them?" Dragon bear clan. It is also one of the 9 kings in the monster world. Different from the scorpion dragon clan, they are the most famous of all the affiliated races of Taishu ancient dragon. And they are also among the affiliated races of the ancient dragon clan, the one that contains the most ancient dragon bloodlines. Known as the 9-patterned dragon bear. When it can possess the 9 dragon patterns, then the ancient dragon bloodline in its body will be completely awakened. Among the dragon bear clan today, there is a dragon bear ancestor with 9 patterns. That is, the great sage of the 9th order. In contrast, the scorpion dragon can only be regarded as the one at the bottom of the ranking. The dragon bear clan is firmly in the top 5. Don't avoid it. Su Lai glanced at the other party faintly, and shook his head slightly. Now, since Su Lai and the others are from the angle, they can spot each other's figure. So relatively, the silhouettes of the dragon and bear clan naturally also discovered the existence of Su Lai and his party. Come this way. Even if they hide, it is not difficult to detect the other party's heart. Not to mention, Su Lai wanted to keep a low profile during this trip, but didn't want to cause trouble, and didn't bother to pay attention to those troubles. Being lazy does not mean being afraid. Although the Longning family can be ranked in the top 5 of the 9 royal families, it is obvious that the 2 8-patterned dragon bears are still not worthy of Su Lai's avoidance. 4 kings of the Scorpion Dragon clan. Seeing the incoming person, the 2 kings of the Longning clan, their brows were frowning. But he still didn't lose his demeanor and greeted him. "Who am I?" It turns out that it's you. A touch of jealousy flashed in the eyes of the North Dragon King, and he reluctantly nodded towards the Dragon and Bear clan. It is also a vassal race of the ancient Dragon clan. Obviously, we also know each other. Only among the dragons, there is such a strange face as Su Lai. Immediately, a king of the Dragon and Bear clan asked, "Is this the new king of your dragon clan?" The fifth king, Su Lai. The Scorpion Dragon clan and the Dragon Bear clan are not right, and their relationship is not very good. Especially recently, because Su Lai Gulong almost tore his face to the prince and daughter of the clan, the exhausted Dragon clan became less and less dependent on the Gulong clan. The Dragon Bear clan is the loyal iron rod of the ancient Dragon clan. The four Dragon Kings naturally did not have a good face. Since I guessed it, why bother to ask? This remark, obviously, it is the subtext of several kings of the Scorpion Dragon clan who use words to drive people. The members of the Dragon and Bear clan, although they look sturdy, 5 big and 3 thick, they are obviously not stupid. See it, not much to say, but to bid farewell to Su Lai and his party directly. I'll wait for something to happen, so I won't say more. Seeing the Dragon Bear clan leaving, Su Lai frowned slightly, thoughtfully. Dragon Bear clan. Humph. Looking at the back of the Dragon and Bear clan leaving, the 4 Dragon Kings solemnly said, "I really thought that I was on the thigh of the ancient Dragon clan, so I regarded myself as the best in the beast battlefield. If it hadn't been for the ancestor of the 9-patterned devil Dragon Bear in their clan, how would the beast battlefield allow them to show off? The Long Nang clan is due to the relatively pure blood of the ancient dragon. In essence, it is different from the Scorpion Dragon. In his clan, once a strong person evolves the 9 dragon patterns, then the ancient dragon bloodline in his body will be completely awakened. At that time, the Dragon Bear's body will undergo a transformation. If it becomes successful, then it will evolve into a supreme dragon energy, which can easily break the mountain and the ground with every gesture. Those few Dragon and Bear clan, the headed person, has 8 dragon patterns. It is for the venerable Dragon and Bear clan of rank 8. Obviously, the 4 Dragon Kings seem to be quite uncomfortable with the arrogance of the Dragon and Bear clan. After all, compared with the low key of their dragons, the Dragon and Bear clan is very high profile. Quite a taste of the whole beast battlefield as its own territory. Take care of everything to prove their sense of existence. And I heard this. Su Lai didn't say a word. He groaned for a while, and suddenly asked, "The ancestor of the Dragon and Bear clan is going to die soon, right?" If he remembers correctly, among the Dragon Bear clan, in the plot behind the novel, almost played the identity of the Taishu Dragon Girls thug. Today's Su Lai is almost torn from the Taishu Gulong clan. Destined to be not the same as this Dragon and Bear clan. When necessary, Su Lai doesn't mind cutting them off, lest their swords face the Dragon clan in the future. Hey, it's really going to die soon. The North Dragon King said immediately, seemingly concerned about the Dragon Bear clan. After the old ladder evolved the 9 dragon patterns, he wanted to take advantage of the opportunity to awaken the blood of the ancient dragon and attack the supreme Dragon Bear in one fell swoop. As a result, something went wrong halfway, leaving great old troubles. Now that we are old, we can't suppress the hidden dangers left over from the past. It will be a matter of time before we die. This is why they are not very afraid of the Dragon and Bear clan. Although the other party has a 9th order great sage, it is not the kind of real sage, but the body is damaged and the bloodline has great old troubles. Naturally, they are not so afraid of the Dragon and Bear clan. On the other hand, look at their Dragon clan. Now, under the leadership of Su Lai, it can be said to be so prestigious, even Dan's Sacred Land and other top existences dare to go to the door. Their confidence is undoubtedly a lot, and they will not be afraid of the Dragon and Bear clan. Send someone to follow the Dragon Bear clan at any time. Finally, Su Lai also spoke slowly. Hearing this, the expression of Beiji Dragon King condensed, and his pupils brightened. King Lai wants to attack the Dragon Bear clan. Not for the time being. Su Lai shook his head and turned to look into the distance. Exploring the ancient ruins is far more important than dealing with the Dragon and Bear clan. In this regard, the 4 Dragon Kings smiled tacitly. Not for now. Based on their understanding of Su Lai, the literal meaning of these 4 words means that they will not be moved now, but they will be uncertain in the future. After parting with Su Lai's group, The venerables of the dragon and bear clan swiftly left. It wasn't until he was completely away from Sulai's group that he slowed down. At this moment, the dragon race appeared in the beast battlefield. What do you think? A dragon bear venerable, sound Kidao. Hard to say. The other shook his head. It is said that with the recent strength of the Scorpion Dragon clan, their Agaf gaze should be placed on the territory of the human clan. Danyi Holy Land as an example. I can't figure out what they mean by coming to the Beast War Zone. Is it possible that they want to get a foot in the Beast War Zone too? That's it. The dragon bear's gaze was a little flickering. Obviously, as the established royal families of the beast battlefield, they don't want the people of the other 9 royal families to come to grab the territory again. The state of the ancestors is not as good as the day, and they appear in the beast battlefield at this time. I'm afraid that the person who came is unkind. Hear this. The first dragon bear to speak also nodded solemnly. Well, it's almost the same as my judgment. The key is that the time is too coincidental, and it is difficult to explain it by coincidence. Scorpion Dragon Tribe. This group of poisonous guys, a very eerie and weird, let them come to the beast battlefield to plant the flag. How can this place be treated? Another venerable dragon and bear clan nodded in a deep voice, and wrinkled his brows. After a pause, he continued. However, if this is the case, we also have to guard against it. The newly promoted Lai King of the Exilong clan is said to be so powerful that even Danyi Holy Land was killed by them and went in and out. The trickier thing is, the venerable dragon bear first opened his mouth, and his brows were also frowned tightly. He also refines the 9th fire in his hand. The 7th ranked king, and now he has broken through the realm of the 8th ranked venerable, that kind of strength. This statement came out. Both of their 2 great dragon and bear clan veterans were silent for a while. To some extent, Sulai's sordid name, not only among the various forces in the human race, but also in their monster beast clan, is becoming more and more widespread. The shadow of the famous tree of man. They can feel the power of this new dragon king more and more. Quite a while. Just listen to the dragon bear venerable sneered and said. We want to drive away the dragon clan can't do it, doesn't mean that others can't do it, don't they openly provoke the ancient dragon clan? Then, why don't we just muddy the water in the beast battlefield? Hear this. The venerable dragon bear who spoke first, his eyes lit up suddenly. Yes. The beast battlefield is not far from Gulong Island. I think that once the news of the new king of the dragon clan is spread out, someone will definitely be interested. In this way, someone will naturally clean up the dragon clan. That's it. The 2 are also extremely confident, and their hearts can't help being proud. I'm so king clever. Who said that their dragon and bear clan are stupid big men with only muscles and no brains? This is not such a plot to kill someone with a knife. Didn't it come from the 2 clever hands of them? The idea of the dragon bear clan. Sulai naturally didn't know, but even if he knew, he wouldn't care. Gulong Island. It was already a fragmented existence, and it was no longer the top overlord of the monsters and beasts in the past. They are all busy with Najiang. How can they have time to pay attention to them? Certainly, even if the Taishu Gulong clan sent someone, Sulai would not necessarily be afraid of the other party. Based on the current situation of Gulong Island, the great sage in the clan must sit in it and cannot leave. At the same level, Sulai is not afraid of anyone at all. Beast battlefield, a weak space node. At this moment, Sulai is already standing here with the 4 dragon kings and a group of Geelong leaders. The void in front of him, which was originally nothing unusual, came out with the souls. In the dark, the 4 dragon kings suddenly sensed that in the obscure space on one side, there seemed to be countless layers of time and space folded here. Immediately, it was a hazy, separating their souls. It really is an ancient relic. The 4 dragon kings could feel that the space there was a little strangely different. Obviously, that ancient relic should be set up with a strong sealing barrier by its owner. At this moment, they no longer hesitate. But immediately afterwards, the pupils of the 4 dragon kings shrank slightly, seemingly thoughtful. After a long time, I saw Donglong King solemnly said. King Lai, there seems to be the power of the other party in the seal of space, imprisoning the power above the sage to enter. Yes, Sulai said lightly. This ancient ruin does have a seal that restricts cultivation. The ordinary state of the Venerable, if it is forced into it, it will provoke the seal of space to counterattack, causing absolute murder. As Su Lai said, the seal set by a saint before his death still retains a lot of power even after countless years. Venerable Ordinary, if you dare to enter, you will not escape a dead word. Hear the words. The 4 Dragon Kings looked at Su Lai rather differently. As veterans, they have a lot of knowledge, and they can only see a little clue. Su Lai can't think of it. It seems that there are a lot of secrets in King Lai. It deserves to be forcibly inherited the space talent of the Taishu ancient dragon clan, and has such control over space. The 4 Dragon Kings are deeply moved. And Su Lai himself, the weight in their hearts, jumped again. Then us. After that, the brows of the 4 dragons suddenly wrinkled. Doesn't it mean that he can't enter either? It's not a good feeling to guard Baoshan without entering. Is it possible that you have to wait until its seal is completely invalid, and then compete with others for this ancient ruin? Fortunately, Su Lai's next words made them feel at ease. Don't worry, since I said it, I will take you to explore the ruins. They will never break their promise. Su Lai's faint words seem to be casual, but the weight contained in them is surprisingly heavy. For a moment, in the pupils of the 4 Dragon Kings, a dazzling light burst out immediately. You know, Su Lai has never made promises lightly. But all the promises made were fulfilled. Without exception. Killing Danyu is the best example. Boom. In an instant, Su Lai's whole body flashed with fire like a silver starry sky. The 9th fire, 3000 starry sky dragon play. It is no different from the original dragon sign fire, and it still looks like a silver Daohu. But compared to the original dragon bag fire, the complete 3000 starry sky Long Yan at this moment is much more shining. In the fire, the mysterious and complicated starry sky manifested, which was very mysterious. Starry sky, fire, start. Su Lai whispered softly, and the masterpiece of Taoism around him instantly enveloped the 4 Dragon Kings of the Lord. Suddenly, the misty starry sky bloomed. An extremely mysterious aura was inspired from the 3000 starry dragon flames surrounding Su Lai. Get ready, Su Lai whispered softly again, but the clear voice clearly fell into the minds of everyone in the dragon race. Suddenly, 3000 starry sky dragon flames ascended, and everyone in the scorpion dragon tribe was holding their breath and concentrating. Go! Suddenly, with a soft drink from Su Lai, 3000 starry sky dragon flames, or a roaring starry sky ancient dragon, instantly rushed into that space node. Next moment, in the endless space turbulence, various sceneries in the beast battlefield are constantly flying behind him. Su Lai is actually using his own power to take the entire scorpion dragon tribe, and constantly shuttle in the space. What a big handwriting. In this scene, even the 4 Dragon Kings couldn't help taking a breath. This is the talent of the Taishu ancient dragon clan, is it shuttled in the void? Too frightening. King Lai got this talent, and matched it with the 3000 starry sky dragon flame. It was truly terrifying. As they thought, the complete 3000 starry sky dragon flames are the real top 10 existence on the Daohuo list. The fire of the stars, the fire of the ancient dragon, the fire of immortality. This is the title of 3000 starry sky dragon flame. Although it can't reach the level of space control of the Taishu ancient dragon clan's talent, it is definitely extremely terrifying. Plus, at this moment, Su Lai, refining the essence and blood of the ancient dragon family, inherited the empty space shuttle ability of the Taishu ancient dragon family. Under the combination of the two, right is a truly terrifying existence. Not long time, Su Lai used his own power to bring the entire exhausted dragon clan, through the space node, to break the ban on the space of the ancient ruins. In space, there is no concept of time at all. But, even so, the 4 Dragon Kings and others can be vaguely sensed. It didn't take long to enter the ancient ruins this time. Right here, Su Lai suddenly smiled at the corner of Su Lai's mouth. The space is violently distorted, and there is a rushing sound like a stream of water. Then, they only felt that the space in front of them was changing again, and they had already appeared in the ancient ruins. Really, come in. After entering the ancient ruins, even the existence of the 4 Dragon Kings couldn't help but look at Su Lai, slightly surprised. Such a horrible method of taking people through space is simply unheard of. Look at each other. They all read the message in the eyes of the other party, King Lai's ability to control the space. The Taishu Gulong clan may be incomparable. Ancient ruins. At this time, Su Lai, carrying a group of scorpion dragons, completely entered the interior of the ruins. I have to say that there is no competitor's feeling. Don't be too sour. In this relic space, they don't have to worry about who can come in. After all, not everyone has Su Lai's ability to travel through the void. As the Taishu ancient dragon clan possessing this talent ability, they do not have the advantage of Su Lai as a traverser and can predict everything in advance. Under normal circumstances, it takes a year to wait for the seal of this ancient relic to dissipate completely. One can imagine how much advantage Su Lai has at this moment. Now, Su Lai didn't say much nonsense, and took everyone straight to the depths of the ruins. And beside him, there was also a touch of excitement in the eyes of the 4 dragon kings. Whether in ancient times or in the present, the existence of the saint is almost close to the most apex existence in this world. And the remains of a saint, for them, the realm of nobles. There is undoubtedly an irresistible attraction to this. On the contrary, Su Lai was extremely calm, with a calm expression on his face. As a traverser, the plot in the book, of course, is very clear to him. What is the most precious relic of 423? Dragon Phoenix Origin Pill. This is the purpose of Su Lai's trip. As for the others, what high-level exercises, what can be subdued, what precious medicinal pill, and even the bones of the saints. He has no interest at all. The 4 dragon kings beside Su Lai acted. Even if they didn't understand Su Lai's behavior, they never doubted it. Soon, Su Lai and his group of scorpion dragons came to the entrance of the ruins. Go down. There is no hesitation at all. Under Su Lai's order, everyone followed him, walking through the ruins like a walk in the garden. After a while, Su Lai led the scorpion dragon clan to enter the first important place of the saint ruins, the practice room. See the jade slips full of jade techniques. Rao was one of the dragon clan members of the 9 royal clan of the monster beast realm, and he couldn't help taking a sigh of relief. Those arbitrarily indiscriminate exercises turned out to be extremely high-level existences. Put it outside, although a few jade slips can cause quite a stir. But here, it was placed like rubbish, and the impact can be imagined how shocking it is. Think of the dragon clan. As one of the 9 kings, the top secret method that can be obtained is only the bloodline warfare like the Dragon King body. And here it is. Most of the exercises are just a little bit lower. There are even a small part of it at the same level. Also, there are also a few more methods with a higher rank. It was like a hillbilly. Suddenly a golden mountain appeared in front of him, and it was still the kind that could be obtained at will. Full of shock and sluggishness. It only lasted for a few seconds, and the 4 kings of the dragon clan suddenly recovered. Next moment, it was to look at Su Lai with those extremely fiery gazes. The implications are also very obvious. Take it away. Su Lai didn't really appreciate these things. For him, no matter how good the secret technique is, it is not as powerful as his Daohuo. The strength reached his level. No matter how many techniques he used, it was only a means of attack, and he couldn't improve much of his true strength. And he knows very well that this is just the beginning. The real good stuff is still to come. This kind of secret technique is useless if there are too many, so it's better to use it to show favor. In the future, as long as the 8th ranks can be born among the scorpion dragons, then it will be a profit. No doubt, at this moment, the dragons are in a good mood. This was just when they entered the ancient ruins, and they got such a big pie that they were all excited uncontrollably. Even the 4 dragon kings who have been accustomed to the big scene can't help but sigh. This trip is too worthwhile. Next, it is entering the core area of the ruins, which is a huge square. On the 4 sides of the square, a series of straight bodies, like a javelin, seem to stand here for thousands of years. These figures are not living creatures. I saw that his eyes were hollow. His face expressionless, like an ancient corpse, surprisingly like a puppet. To this, the corners of the eyes of the 4 dragon kings couldn't help but beat. Quite shocked. They are all puppets. Judging from their eyesight, the strength of these puppets should be quite around the 7th rank. But even so, in the densely packed dozens of puppets, that is equivalent to dozens of 7th order clan level combat power. And above the 7th order, among them, there are 2 puppets equivalent to the 8th order venerable. Such strength, putting them in the Dragon Clan, that is a real king. Even a place like Danyi Holy Land is enough to be ranked in the Great Elder's house and become a pavilion elder. The most important thing is, they are all puppets, without self-consciousness, and there is no rebellion. Once conquered, it is a real helper. This scene is staggering. It deserves to be the foundation of the ruins of the saints. These puppets alone are enough to sling a monster royal family. This scene is staggering. 4 kings, you take the 7 scorpion dragon commanders and collect puppets here. However, even these puppets still couldn't stop Su Lai. I saw him swept across these puppets with a pair of starry sky, and then his eyes fell on the 4 dragon kings. As he said, he pointed further forward. I continue to go deep into the ruins. After you have collected it, come and join me. 4 kings of the Scorpion Dragon clan, deal with the 2 tier 8 puppets in front of them. Obviously it is not a problem. The 4 dragon kings did not dare to neglect, and nodded in a deep voice, okay. They knew very well that once they and others ransacked all these puppets, then the Scorpion Dragon would rush into the top 3 among the 9 kings. If they hadn't had the 9th level monster clan Great Sage, I am afraid it would be enough to become the capital of the 9 kings. It's worth it, this time it's really worth it. Even if we don't have any more gains in the future, this trip to follow King Lai to explore the traces, we are all worth it. It is clear, the 4 dragon kings felt that this trip was worthwhile, but Su Lai was not enough. Immediately, it just abandoned all the dragons and marched deeper into the ruins all the way. That is the gate behind this square. Dao fire is rising. I saw that the side was covered with a mysterious formation gate, and it was Su Lai who used a brutal method to blast the ground into rubble. What? At this moment, Su Lai lifted up and coughed softly. A strange and extremely powerful mysterious traction came quietly from deeper in the ruins. To be precise, it should be blood traction. Obviously. This kind of blood traction cannot be dragon blood. This kind of traction is the real ancient dragon bloodline in my body. Su Lai decided in an instant. It's a bit ugly. Although the dragon bloodline is also powerful, it is obviously not qualified to produce this kind of traction. Since it is blood traction, I'm afraid it is the dragon and circle origin pill. So thought immediately passed Su Lai's mind. Thinking of this, Su Lai's heart instantly filled with excitement. He knows too well what the dragon sovereign origin good fortune pill is. Once he gets it, he will definitely jump through the last step of the dragon gate. Go. Once here, there is no possibility of taking a step back. The land of Su Lai's bloodline is drawn at this moment. It is a treasure trove of pills resembling a palace. A piece of ancient Dan library constructed entirely from various rare medicinal materials. What a strong core energy. When Su Lai smelled it, he could feel the boundless aura of the dangrass. His eyes swept around, but he was surprised to find this whole space is filled with countless medicines. Wow, wow, the light in Danku is not dim, but full of softness. But among them, there seemed to be endless pill energy lingering, which made Su Lai's sight a little bit blocked. Really, the owner of this ancient ruin seems to be a top pharmacist without a doubt. Such a big handwriting, it is not difficult for people to guess his identity at all. After entering Danku, I saw huge stone pillars one after another, and on top of these pillars, without exception, all are suspended with a high-level pill. Although Su Lai is not a pharmacist, he can also judge from the pill and they are all pill of 8th rank or higher. An astonishing pill energy is constantly radiating from these pill. Just look at this pill energy. Then you can know that those pills are not ordinary things. The pill energy of these pills is actually slowly draining. This discovery, it also made Su Lai a little surprised. Although he is not an alchemist, he also understands that the more top alchemist, the more capable of preserving the pill. Not to mention that the owner of this ruin is a saint. It is impossible to believe that he has no permanent means of preserving the pill, killing Su Lai. Immediately, Su Lai's eyes narrowed slightly, and at this time, he also walked into the deepest part of Danku. Awesome. Those 8-pin pill medicines lost their pill energy, and they all turned to the same prescription position. There is an incomparably noble ancient stone pillar, a dragon and phoenix ghost alternately, like a pill that blends with the origin, quietly suspended. Faintly, there is a smell of good fortune, diffuse and open. See this scene. Su Lai's eyes were burning. It was the 9-grade pill that he had been waiting for a long time. Dragon Phoenix Origin Pill. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.